All right, this is where we take a look at the newspaper stories, but like Roland said, we're not doing the paper. We're doing a bit of high tech, right?
Yeah, that's it. And so we start with how the stories have been summarized on the news portal, myjoyonline.com. And you take a look at some of the stories, and very soon will be on your screens. You get to know that the prominent headlines have been taken from activities and events from over the weekend. We'll try as much as possible to get many of you for you. But on the front page of many of the stories is about the AFCON qualifiers and how well Ghana did. And we know that Mauritania, we're being told, shocked South Africa, and Tanzania also held Nigeria at home. But we were able to go to Rwanda, the Black Stars of Ghana, and we won. At least we had a good goal that was well taken from a free kick by Wakasu, and Gifty, you have to take a lot more of that.
All right, so we're still here on myjoyonline.com, and we can move up a bit, and then Nigeria's Buhari is visiting Accra today, and Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari is expected in Ghana on Monday for a one-day. I'm definitely reporting. We're going straight to Pedrase, where we'll bring you all the details of what they'll be discussing. We'll get to know exactly, are they talking oil or are they talking Boko Haram? Definitely will be an issue. We'll bring you all of that. So there's a beautiful picture of President John Mahama and President Buhari. I think he's a very handsome guy, actually, for his age. Yes. He looks really handsome. He is. And unfortunately, he's married anyway. So, not like I stand a chance. And then when we go up, there's still some more stories here. We told you about the story of the gender ministry. It's showing that it will pay all caterers for their outstanding claims this month. Hopefully, it comes to pass. And we can scroll up a bit and still see some more. NPP's vice chair rise to police CID. The vice chair is pleading innocence. It says that the first vice chairman of the opposition New Patriotic Party, Mr. Freddie Blay, has written to the police despite earlier refusal to cooperate. And Multimedia's Jefferson Saki receives 2015 AEA Media Excellence Award. That's fantastic news there. And Jefferson has been with us. He actually still reports for us from Canada, where he's based right now. And the headline, or the first paragraph, actually reads that Multimedia's international correspondent Jefferson Saki has received this year's Media Excellence Honors at the Africa Entertainment Awards in Canada. Congratulations to you, bro. And Biosafety Authority steps up checks at entry points to stop. I'm sure that there's a lot more on that. That it says the National Biosafety Authority has stepped up checks at Ghana's, and I'm sure it has to do with Ghana's food and our other borders. You just have to click. It's just a click away on your computer or on your phone just to get the details of that particular story. And when you go up, the UCC police arrest a fake WASI result specialist. That's a story that we've already mentioned to you earlier. I will outperform Pelpo, that is the WA Central MP hopeful. I don't have the name right here, but I'm sure that when you click, you're going to get all the information there. Trust me, I won't let you down. That is attributed to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And governments must pay ECG, others before new tariffs. And then it goes on and on and on. These are all the big stories on myjoyonline.com. We can move on to cityfmonline.com to see what's happening there, and it comes with a lot of pictures. Give me a chance to be president. That's Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo telling the people of Volta region. We'll see how that pans out. And then they also have the story of President Buhari coming to Ghana today. Utility tariff increment will overburden Ghanaians. That's a story that has been attributed to Katie Hammond. And Tamale also reject proposals for utility tariff increment. Definitely nobody wants to pay more, but well, it's always been the chicken and egg kind of situation where they say pay more and get better services, and people say, well, give us better services and then we will pay more.
The quality of the service is always important for consumers.
Definitely. I tend to believe that I should get better services.
Yeah, true.
Or I can pay extra.
We all actually
definitely.
Yes.
Not everybody thinks so. You should hear some people making a case for this particular case. But well, We still have the Buhari visit Ghana. We can go down. Pay your debts to ECG before tariff hikes. CPP tells government. Interesting perspective there. Well, that's the Convention People's Party. They're asking government to pay its debt owed the Electricity Company of Ghana before thinking of burdening you and I with some more some extra charges. Rwanda game was tough. That's by Mubarak Wakaso. That's about the game that Roland spoke about earlier. Okay, and a lot of other stories there on cityfmonline.com. Let's go to the BBC and find out what stories are big for them. Germany to free funds for migrants. And definitely the issue of migrants is a very big one for Europe right now. And they are looking to knowing the cost. What's really the cost? What's the root of all of these problems?
And so far, for the 800,000 refugees who will be making entry into Germany, Angela Merkel and her government, they've budgeted at least 6 billion euros to take care of them. But I guess the concern has been that for many of those countries around Syria, especially the rich Gulf states, why aren't they taking a lot more of these refugees?
There's war, you know, there's war there.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of...
And there's a lot of politics also around, because it means that if you take a lot more of the refugees, you could have ISIS also coming into your country. So they tend to look at all those geopolitical dynamics.
It's really a difficult situation. But then there's also a part of the population, the European population, who think that, listen, these people need basic things like clothes, like food, so we can provide them. And so that's been a bit of a headache for their governments, but I'm sure that we'll be able to we'll be able to work our way through this particular problem. Graphic Online, do I leave that for you?
No, you can do
all
that
right,
as well.
so let's go then. Graphic Online says, I won't steal your money, and that's been attributed to Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Officer of Christian Community Microfinance embezzles 14,816 Ghana cedis. And that is a story you'll find interesting. Nigeria's president visits Ghana. That's a story also on the graphiconline.com. GNPC issues $50 million guarantee for power barges. An interesting story, a story you definitely want to get to know. Is our Dumsor situation going to improve anytime soon? We'll get to see as the days go by. There's still some more stories here. Don't rest until Standogbe is sacked. That is Professor Gadjekpo, who's telling the media. She's actually calling on the media to make a bit more noise about the behavior of the presidential staffer. Batakari designated National Friday wear. But, Roland,
you mean added to the National Friday?
Exactly. So I get a bit confused.
Because I don't like wearing Batakari.
It doesn't look good on me.
Because I don't have the muscles to wear.
Do you need muscles to wear Batakari?
You need to look very fleshy and
like the
really
president,
handsome and cool to wear. Yeah, you know the president is fleshy.
Him, right?
Yeah, it looks very good on him. And anybody who has really good body, like we have a cameraman here, Michael, he would really be looking very good in.
Okay, we should probably put Michael on the screen to
I mean, he's huge, he's tall, and he's good looking.
Has bulging stomach.
Yeah, and all that, and it's all made for them. You know, makes you look good.
Okay. Well, I don't know how that is going to replace, whether or not it's going to replace or just say.
I think
shouldn't have been a different day.
Yes. Well. Even that, I think the word composition should have been, it should be added to the list of the traditional dresses we have for the Friday wear.
Definitely. Sounds cool to me the way you say it. Well, prosecutors have been ordered to determine the quantity of weed in Ekomika's possession. Will they be able to do that? These are the big stories there.
He used to be a very good singer back in the day, I believe.
Well, I heard. I don't follow him that much.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to follow a lot of things.
Excuse me?
Follow a lot of it.
Okay, I hear you. I follow some other things that you might not necessarily.
Okay, then I'll ask you. So I'll be following them too. So you and I will be in tune. At least we can tango together.
But we are tangoing together, aren't we? 7 Nigerian stowaways arrested at the Tema port. Oh, are there still people stowing away like that? All right. And in the politics segment, they have something about Hannah Tete. She says that I'll embark on an effective campaign to win in 2016. That is the Minister of Foreign Affairs there. Give assemblies authority to take decisions. That is being said by Indum. of the PPP. And the story of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is still there. I won't steal your money, he says. I don't know who he's saying that to. It's just a click away, actually, so you can get to know what he's saying. Nana Akufo-Addo defends NPP's call for new voters register, and this issue really won't go away, Roland Willett, until probably 2016.
I don't think it will go away until perhaps after the first quarter of 2016. Well, the point is, if the Electoral Commission has any indication of changing,
right,
they should be starting from the end of September.
By now.
Yes,
but now that they haven't started?
Because you need to do the compilation. And then when you put it together, you need to display it. And they come, they look at it, then redisplay it. It has to be accepted by the parties before it's distributed to them for the May election. And we don't have, at least we don't have a lot of the time, because following the electoral petition, it's now being indicated by at least 3 months before the election, they all need to get their registers.
Right, very interesting. We'll see how that goes. Gakpe contest Kwashiga for Keta seat. Oh, that's Richard Kwashiga. He's been a bit on a low lately. He's the incumbent member of parliament for Keta, and he's been contested by one Gakpe. We'll see how well they do. The NDC sacks officials for issuing Boateng with nomination forms. The governing National Democratic Congress has dismissed 2 party officials because they sold out, or they gave out nomination forms for one Boateng, who is actually seeking to contest President John Mahama in the 2016, well, for the primaries, the NDC's primaries. And there's still some more stories about lifestyle and relationships. Will you marry after retirement? That's a very interesting story, question, but definitely not to Roland, who is hooked. He definitely doesn't.
But if you're single after retirement, why not marry?
But why would you be single after retirement? Anyway, maybe divorced
or you have a widow, you never know.
Well, maybe. Well, will you marry after that? You want to read that? Sounds like an interest read. Weight implications and losing it. Yeah. So is always all over the place about losing weight and gaining weight and all of that. Well, 7 ways to transforming your image is also, you know, those are some of the stories there. They have their sports segment as well, and it's all about the Black Stars. Is the Black Stars? Exactly. And who is there? Can we go down there? See who is there. The thousands compete in Millennium Marathon. Okay, that was something that happened over the weekend, and I'm sure that we brought you a lot more.
You took part in it?
No,
you look like, oh, okay.
Not.
I watched it on TV.
Yeah,
I thought you did. The way you mentioned it, I thought sounded really good. From your.
I wasn't there. Well, that's it for the Ghanaian Time Daily Graphic, right?
Yeah,
Graphiconline.com. So a lot of interesting stories, and definitely stories that you can find in the newspapers at the newsstands as well. You just want to grab a copy and get yourself updated.
Well, up next we'll have a lot more sports, and Baba Tando will be here. And Baba, is the U.S. Open off? It's still on.
It's still on.
So Baba will be here giving us a lot more details about the U.S. Open. She loves a lot of tennis, even though loves football and the other sports as well.
And she's coming full. She's full of everything.
Yeah, she's coming with the full results, etc. And did you follow the Black Stars game?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
You don't love football, do you?
I do. I love the Black Stars, absolutely. The only thing I saw that I found interesting though was what's his name again? The day I used brother Jordan, I used shorts. Did he intentionally pull it up because his shorts seemed to be shorter than all the others? Exactly. Hey, I mean, he likes to show stuff.
As right? Or controversial. Now, but even there was a picture about the day Ayu, who I think was on the ground, and Efri Aqua was picking him up. It was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It was put on Twitter. No, Jordan was
and who? Efri
Aqua was helping him to
because
get
then
up.
It wouldn't be news. It would be but it wouldn't be news. But if Efri Aqua is speaking, then that's definitely news.
It was helping him
news
up.
For Amanda.
Yeah, it's true. And unity is strength.
Oh yeah. Yeah, men are always like that. They always go against the ladies.
I know my rights.
Ladies, yeah.
I know my rights. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll have a lot more for you.